Good morning, it's me, the other Kevin. Today's meme of the day has me completely mixed up, misconstrued. It is all wrong, wrong, and also it has made Cab emotional, so nice going. Look, listen, you've seen me. I have two eyes. With one eye, I look at all of the skeleton horses, every single one of them. With the other eye, I could never forget. My true beauty are original, Cab. Oh, Cab. Listen, Cab, last episode we learned that maybe all along, it's not all about the best horse. Because we've always had the best horse. From the start, from the beginning, you're my number one, Cab. Aww. You're perfect. How dare you with that meme of the day. Today's meme of the day actually made Cab cry in between episodes. like literally emotional sobbing. Not good at all. It's not great. So, in consolation, Cab will bring you with us today. Step 1 of today's episode is going to be right over here inside of the wonderful enchanting cave. Oh, enchanting cave, sweet, sweet cave. It's been so long. I missed you so much. For too long, far too long, we have lived and existed in the dark ages of Minecraft. Look, buckle, the future is now. Buckle up. It's not only time, but it's show time. Diamond Toe, you're step 1. You come with me. Minecraft book, 1 or 2 of you. You come with me too. The future is now. It's Minecraft 1.19. In Minecraft 1.19, the sculk blocks exist. The sculk blocks are amazing for one gigantic thing. That big thing? Building. We need a silk touch hoe. Sure, I've got the silk touch shovel and it's worked out fine so far. But a silk touch shovel is not a silk touch hoe that is netherite. Yes, netherite hoe. Today, yep, I haven't lost my mind, I haven't gone crazy. We just need silk touch. Is this gamble worth it? It is. The chef's kiss, it's perfectly worth it. That's it, the diamond hoe. But now that I look at it, it doesn't have efficiency. Do you need efficiency on a hoe? Yeah, of course I do. Netherite ingot, what's that? Now you cried? No. You stay calm, It's emotional, but you will wait here. We'll come back for you one day when this hoe is ready. I would like to get mending on this hoe. That's really not a problem at all. And I would like to get efficiency 5 on this hoe as well. I also need a good name. This hoe's name is now Kev, short for Kevin. Kevin is a hoe, so I think that's perfectly fitting. Cab, we have new friend. Look it, it's Kevin. Meet Kevin. Kev. Yes, disgusted with Kev. Come on, don't judge. So step 1 today found us over in the enchanting cave. Now that that's done and out of the way, we can move over to the next stop. The deepest, the darkest biome in the entire world. Cab, what is that? You'd like to go to the deep dark biome with me? You want to jump down into the water in the cave? You think you could survive the jump too? Well, okay. No, you're insane. You wait up here. Look, I don't know who you think I am, but the horse, no chance it goes to the deep dark. Cab, wait right here on the high-tech horse holder that I just built for you. So today, it's back down to the deep dark biome for us. That could have been bad. That could have been really bad. We need to go back down to the deep dark biome, and honestly, I kind of feel terrible for this. I keep coming down to the deep dark biome and then just ripping it up because of all these sculk blocks. I mean, look, on one hand, it's here and waiting for me, but on the other hand, like, is this actually waiting for me, or was it just here and I'm coming in and taking all of the profits out of this place, completely ripping it up for just a little bit of builds and a little bit of fun and things like that? I don't know. So Reddit, I ask you, am I the bad guy? Anyways, for what I want to build today, we're gonna need sculk. At least a decent amount of sculk blocks. These things are so cool. This is gonna fit the build like perfectly. 2 stacks of sculk blocks, maybe that'll do it. Despicable of you to think that you will come with me for today's build, sculk sensors. No, nobody likes you. You wait here. Look, if we were trying to make friends with the warden, things would be going pretty well. Like, we set up this wonderful farm. How could the warden not love it? Yeah, things are going good. But there is one more thing, at least for now, that I'd like to do, or at least try to do, involving the warden. Wait a second. How does that work? What? Nothing against bald people, but stop, skeleton. Not now. So look, there is one more thing that I'd like to do involving the warden, but here's the thing. It's kind of awkward. I can't tell you. Legally, I can't tell you what we're up to. Listen, if there's one thing I've learned in life, you don't speak before you make the move. You keep them on their toes, keep them surprised. So legally, I won't be able to tell you what exactly we're up to today. But that definitely won't stop you from taking a guess. And maybe, just maybe, if you're right, I'll answer you down below. We'll see. Cab, sweet old Cab, listen, it's nothing personal, but I don't think you're built for the next part. We're gonna have you wait right in here. Encased in the corner in your favorite block, netherite. Netherite is literally your favorite block. You wag your tail at netherite. You're crazy, but okay, that's fine. Sorry about the rain for now, guys. There's not really much I can do. I know it's despicable. For our build today, we're going to need a couple different blocks. One of the blocks is skulk, one of the other blocks are dark oak logs. Definitely going to have to farm more though. Also, deep slate. Wonderful deep slate. I'm so excited. A day that I get to build with deep slate, well, that's a great day. A stone cutter, crafting table, and maybe dirt. We'll see. But definitely snow. Check out the skyline. We are going to set up a temple. This temple is going to be dark, it's evil, and it's going to be for something really, really cool. I'd like this temple to stand out on the skyline, and we need this temple to be completely isolated from everything else. This is going to be dangerous. So I think I found the perfect spot for us. Here we have PP Temple. And off on the mountain behind PP Temple, like specifically, I think this ledge right over there. Alright, well, off on the mountain behind PP Temple is the most powder snow that I have ever seen in this entire world. Despicable. We won't be walking into that, but off over here somewhere, I think there's buildable space. How do I even get to it, though? Yes, this is it. This is it for sure. But how do we get up here? I mean, I guess this is the way. We just build up on this and only walk here. Yes. This is going to be the spot, though. Look at this. The view right here. The view is literally perfect. This is 100% the spot. But the ground. The ground is not bearable right now. We're going to have to make some upgrades to that for sure. But this is it. I think this is the best view in the entire base, other than that starter house over there. It's a good view. And so we've done it, or at least started to do it. Before we can do anything with this build, we need to prepare the build site a little bit. Good old starter ship. Feels like I'm back here a lot lately. You got any snow up here? I kind of completely ran out of snow. You've got to have at least a little bit of snow left inside of you. No snow? Okay, fine. All right, fine. Fine. Off to the snowman it is. This'll work. Oh. But snow layers don't work, right? Like, I definitely can't craft these into blocks, right? Yikes. So off to the snowman with the brand new, fresh out of the crafting table, iron shovel. It is. Very fancy, I know. Yeah, looks like karma to me. And you can watch. You can stay. So the grand plan with this build, I want it to be big, I want it to be dark, I want it to be evil, I want it to be looming over the entire base, like watching out, looking at everything. To make that happen, we're gonna need like some steep, spiky spikes? Steep, spiky spikes, yeah. Spiky spikes, yeah, beautifully put. I'll show you what I mean by that in a little bit. I also want to have corner towers. Yeah, I don't really have a good rhyme for this. Corner towers. So this is going to be, believe it or not, a round corner tower. Then I think in the middle I want to have some kind of arch. The perfect arch distance is going to be 7 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's perfect. Then we hit another corner. On the other corner, wait for it, corner tower. I want this build to stay close to the ledge so it's even taller and even more looming. I think in proximity to the ledge, I think that's good. And then finally, I want this build to be kind of like a circle or kind of like a square or whatever. So we do the same thing going back this way, and then we do the same corner tower, which means powder snow. Oh man, I'm excited to get to dig you out. Nobody likes you. But actually, like, I kind of lied. I'm not gonna lie, powder snow is so annoying to deal with. Like, most annoying thing in the world. But it's actually like,
you know? You know what I'm saying?
But all of this powder snow that's in the way definitely has to go away. I'm not falling today. No thank you. Okay, so this shape right here, approximately, I think this is a pretty solid start. So like usual today with this build, I have a vision for sure, but I'm also kind of winging it. I know if I want these towers to be towers in the corner, from everything that I've learned, they have to be tall. I'm thinking maybe like that tall. That looks pretty tall, right? I don't want it to be too tall. So we put some kind of height on this tower, and then skulk. This is where the skull comes in. I want to do skulk going straight up this tower, but now that I think about it, if I want to do corner towers and I want them to be like rounded or just even corner towers, that's gonna look bad. That's gonna look really bad. So back to the stone cutter it was for me. I think I have an idea in mind, and this idea has to do with the cobbled to deep slate walls. Maybe. So I want a solid base for these towers, which is where I'm coming in with those blocks. That's going to be perfect for a solid base. Maybe a little bit of light in the tower so, you know, spawns don't happen. Then on the inside corner, I think I'm fine with solid blocks because, I mean, it's an inside corner. But on the outside ones, on every outside corner, like every single corner that we see from around the base, especially these most outside ones, maybe instead of solid blocks, we do the walls. I think the walls will help. Like, I mean, walls are pretty interesting looking, and they're definitely not a solid block. That might work. That's a little weird right there, but you know what? Let's go with it. Let's go ahead and copy this over here. Perfect. We copy it over here. Yep, same thing right there. Oh, no. Oh, no. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this would happen eventually. Powder snow. Stop. Stop. Oh, my gosh. You're annoying. Oh, yeah. And then over here, too. Yes, yes. That's it. This is perfect. 4 towers, but admittedly, they're a little plain and flat looking. Ideas. All right, look, idea number 1 involves deep slate, even more deep slate. This is the best block in the world. It would never let me down. Maybe what we could do to make it a little bit less flat is like some piled rocks at the bottom of this thing, like the tower is kind of like, you know, falling apart. You know, just like randomize that, do that on every single tower on the outside. That could work. That might be an option. But I want this build to be like the best build that I've built in this entire world, and I worry that that might not be enough. Like at the bottom, it might solve it, but up top, we're gonna need something else. So, Iron Farm, how have you been? You've been okay. I mean, you're working, definitely, clearly. I feel like I should definitely rebuild this Iron Farm, like, closer down to the ground, now that I know where it works and where it doesn't, you know? Maybe that's something we'll put on the to-do list. So right now, I want to say that these towers are, like, 11 blocks tall. What I think I want to do next is try and figure out where we want to put these arches in. These arches should be, I think, like, maybe about halfway up on every single side, even, of course. Now, the arch is easy, piece of cake. You're dealing with the arch world record champion over here. We know exactly how to build the arch. That, right there. That's the perfect arch. We set it up on that side and all the others. Now, over here, that took a second look at this thing. I think we could maybe break out of that, like, sameness and weirdness by also maybe, like, extending the skull down a little bit. Then we have the towers starting higher up. I think that probably would look a little bit better. And then this section right here. We need something, including more deep slate. I'm kind of running out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it. That's it so far. That's going to be perfect. So I want to spice this out of the build up a little bit. I'm thinking we could spice it up with just a couple more strategically placed walls and maybe even some iron bars too. I don't know if it's going to work. Definitely not completely sure about this one. It's almost like, to me, one of those ideas that seems too simple. Like way too easy to actually work out. But if this works, not only will this add a ton of detail, but I think it'll also make the build feel like super gothic too, which is perfect. And you know what, actually, very conveniently, I think it works. Yes, yes, I think it works. Yes, that's exactly it. The towers are suddenly not flat, suddenly super evil feeling. It's perfect. Well, let's take a look at the roof. Look, for the roof, we're going to whip out a ton of different things, including cobbled to deep slate staircase, deep slate tile wall, iron bars, they're definitely going to be a go for sure, and chains too. And that's it. I think that's actually it. So the top of these towers, of course, begins right at the top of these towers. Once we figure out one tower top, all I need to do is copy and paste. Since I'm, you know, already up here on this one, I think what we'll do is we'll figure out this one, make sure it's perfect, like perfect it, tweak it all we need, and then I just build it again on all the other towers. So the chains are spikes, okay? They've always been. Don't get it confused. Iron bars, admittedly, arguably, a little bit better for spikes, but also iron bars kind of do that whole connecting to the side of a block thing.
And that's not it.
It's just not it. And now the top of this tower, I think we go like that, and then it's time for the walls. So it's all walls, and then at the very top, because, well, look, put it simply, this is the better option for a spike, and because nothing can be connected to up here, it's iron bars all the way. All right, so that was quick. That was really, really quick. What do we think about the tower that I just built? Is it good? It's okay. You know what I think we need to do is shorten the top part. Then it'll be perfect. We make the top a little bit less like dramatic, and then we copy it 4 times over. I think that'll be it. You know I don't want to be too much too soon, but with little to no plan today. Just a vision. Just a vision, then a couple blocks. That's all. With just a vision, couple blocks, and some friends, you know, me and you, I would say so far today, look at this thing. So far, so good. The corner towers have shaped up like pretty much perfectly. I think it's good. It's time to move on to the big part of the build, the middle. Oh, this is going to add to the base. It already is. This is going to add to the base a lot. Look at that thing. Oh, it's wonderful. Okay, so for this next part of the build, I'm thinking we're going to need to switch up the deep slate type a little bit. Nothing against cobbled deep slate. It's great. It's wonderful. But I don't want it to look too samey. We're also going to need to pull in something completely different, which I think means dark oak wood. Maybe some stripped dark oak wood. Definitely some dark oak logs. This stuff is going to match the cobbled deep slate like pretty much perfectly. I will be farming the trees in the middle of the build because it's all just a tree farm, right? A giant gothic tree farm up on the hill of the mountain. That's what this thing is for. Spoiler alert. Okay, so I kind of know what I want to do over here. I think I have a pretty good idea. So we'll go ahead and pull this out. This was never meant to be there. And then what we're going to do is come back in with maybe like staircases. We're going to have an inside of the build. We're going to step up to the inside. I think that'll be cool. Then on the corner of the inside, we're going to do the corner on the inside. So maybe something like that, dark oak logs. But now that I think about it, that looks a little harsh. So maybe we strip the logs, at least at this part of the build. Strip the logs, and then that'll go up, and that'll stay open. Deep slate tiles, chef's kiss, they're wonderful, but why stop there? We have so many other types of deep slate too. Just like with the rest of the build today, and I'm back in the snow. Back in the snow again. Just like we've been doing with the rest of the build today, once I figure out one side of the build, all I need to do is copy it on the other sides. I really like that whole deep slate wall thing that I was doing up top with the deep slate tiled walls. I think they're really dark and it's like perfect. It fits the build exactly how I want it to. I think what I'd like to do is try and create some kind of arch entrance right here. Now it's going to be small, so maybe not like the best arch around, but like it's still an odd number of space. So we could definitely set up an arch that is at least decent. Maybe we do like staircases going into the middle. Then I could do maybe like even more upside down staircases or something. And then this can go up towards the top part of the build with even more deep slate tiles. I think that'll help carve out like the perfect shape of a doorway on this build, right? Like some more staircases in there. Yeah. That'll be a good door. More trees, please. Oh, it's Staircase City now. The staircase is all over the place. Now, after all of that is in and good, we start to move up to the next part of the build. Now, on this next part of the build, I think what I'd like to do, maybe, is try and transition from stripped dark oak wood to like normal dark oak logs. So basically, like, I strip some of the logs coming up here, and then some of the other logs I like leave alone until eventually, like up top here on the second story, it's like essentially all dark oak logs. I think that'll look pretty cool. Then maybe in the corner, instead of having those bars connect, you know, keep that disconnected, maybe I do something else, like fences or something like that. I want to put a centerpiece on this build right here. The centerpiece, well, look, this is going to be one of the sickest centerpieces you've ever seen, and it represents something too. So we're going to start with the staircase right there and a staircase right over here. Then in the middle, we're going to put a slab, and I'll put something down there. Maybe like chiseled deep slate, maybe a log turned out or something like that. So that's the start. Then we go back over here and keep moving up. We move up a little bit more, then we do staircase right there, we do staircase right there, and then right here in the middle, we do that. Then right here behind all this is where our friend Keb comes in again. Keb the Great, helping me get all of the skull blocks that I need for the build today. And then we end up with that symbol right there. Now, what is that symbol? Well, look, you're going to have to be extra intuitive to try and crack the code on that one. I can't tell you what the symbol is, and I can't tell you if the symbol relates to the build in any way, but it's a symbol. Then on the top of this thing, after that symbol, it's time for the roof part of the build. Now, admittedly, back in the day, I would have said I'm so nervous about the roof. I don't like to do the roof, but the roof of the towers nowadays, honestly, this is like the fun part for me. Basically, I'm going to take that idea and scale it up and make it really, really big, really, really grand. And then I think that'll be it. There is one more symbol, related but a little bit different, that I'd like to try and work into the build somewhere, but I don't know if it's going to be possible at this point. I'm going to try my best to do that. And while I'm at it, I'm going to do my best to try and impress you with the coolest roof that you've ever seen. So check this out. Guys, I'm so excited. I had to take a step back to just, look at the build, and I'm so excited. I think this might be my favorite build in the world. All right, guys, give it a little bit more time, couple more blocks, and check this thing out. I need to know, what do you think about this build? I'm so happy with it. I'm so proud of this build. It's done so well. Here it is, the Temple of Eternal Darkness, or something like that. Look, no matter what we end up calling this thing, I'm happy with it. It's done its job exactly perfectly. Gothic giant temple on the top of the mountain, looming over everything, ominously. Okay, so our build is not 100% done, maybe like 99%, but I've got to run around the base and take a look at this thing. Look at it, it's so tall, and the spikes on the top. Oh, if I had Optifine, I'd be zooming in so much, so hard right now. Oh, it's so cool. One of my favorite parts, or I mean, I guess this is everyone's favorite part about building. One of my favorite parts about doing a build is then running around the area around your base and just like checking out the build. Look at this thing. It's so tall. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the connection to the base here, the lore, if you will. The background of this build, this thing is ancient. The walkway up to this build has been ruined by years and years of just powder snow, the worst block in the game, the most annoying thing. The powder snow completely decayed the path unless you are parkour god. If you're parkour god, you make your way right up the path and then you find the staircase. Then you go up the staircase and you have torches. Somebody's been here recently. Well, anyways, we have this path that cuts up this way, and oh no. What is going on over here? Skulk. That's not good. The souls of the departed. Oh, that's terrible. And then this thing right here, I want to add something to the base. Oh boy, not this again. Well, anyways, I was saying, I want to add a little bit of something to this base. Like, so far, I'm really happy with how this has turned out. It's, like, pretty much perfectly, exactly how I was imagining it, but the area around it. So, I was trying hard to come up with ideas and inspiration as to, like, you know, what I should actually put around this thing. I've come up with one idea, but I still have to figure it out. Oh, not this, no. I can't tell you how many times this happened to me today. Because it happened an infinite amount of times, you see what I mean? I'm done with it, I swear. Okay, so look, anyways, I'm trying to come up with ideas for things to put around this area and make it a zone, but I also don't want to, like, overtake the whole mountain with, like, darkness and evilness. It's meant to be, like, this small area, right? So in the attempt to come up with something, I think I've come up with something. And this thing will make perfect sense with what the build is meant to be in the long run, but today, it might not exactly make the most sense, but it's fine. Shaping of the build, yeah, okay, it's close. Maybe thin that up. Okay, yeah, I think that's better. To finish everything up today, one of the most interesting looking blocks from the bottom of all time. The Skull Catalyst. We have some Skull Catalyst hanging from whatever this thing is. Alright, that's great, but the rest of the build, so continuing up the path this way, even more things right there, and then we walk into the middle, and here we have the middle. The final touch that I need to put on this build today involves water bottles and mud. Or water bottles and dirt. It turns to mud. We want mud floor. That's the fastest mud creation of all time that you've seen. Look at that. Not to flex too much, but I don't know if you've ever seen anything faster. Just saying. So, mud floor. There we go. That's the inside. Now looking up, it's not too much. We might add more to it next episode. On the outside of the build, though, looking up at this thing, oh, it's big, it's grand. And the second symbol, I need to show you about this. I don't know how many down from here, but second symbol. Okay, so check this out. So the inside of the build is pretty bare bones right now, but it's fine. Once we get the big thing on the inside of the build, then it won't matter that the inside doesn't have too much, maybe. Okay, but the other symbol, this is the part that I'm really excited about. So to get this off, pull it off just right, I went into a different world and messed around with the design a little bit, and I came up with it. It's perfect. So down in the middle right there, we've got that original symbol. It's the warden. Then right above the warden, right above the warden, an homage, a tribute to our favorite version of the warden to ever exist. Of course, other than the demon that is real and can actually take our life away at any second, whenever it wants to. Yeah, the stalker. I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's like not that much, right? But like the small silhouette of the stalker, I feel like it just is like the icing on the cake here. And yeah, if you couldn't tell, I'm still kind of obsessed with the stalker. So, yeah, it's perfect for me. All in all today, I'm just super excited about this build and honestly feeling so proud right now. I feel so good. I'm genuinely like so happy with how this build turned out. This seriously might be my favorite in this whole world now. What will we do with this magnificent new build, you ask? Well, that's the thing. You're gonna have to stick around to next episode to find out. So definitely subscribe, and if you enjoyed this episode, leave a like. Any positive comments, go ahead and throw them down in the comments below. Negative comments, don't even bother. It's cool. I'll save you some time. Don't worry about it. Thank you all so much for watching Minecraft Survival, episode number 52. With me, your boy, Wattles. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.